So this is going to be I'm also streaming on YouTube as well. If y'all do not have my YouTube channel, it is Midnight Magic 333. Let me fix this. Hold on, sorry y'all. That light just sucks. Anyways, I'm starting a new podcast on YouTube, and it is called The Eclectic, which is Way, and it's really just starting out telling, helping the more new baby witches. I don't like really calling y'all babies, but the new generational witches that come in, or practitioners that come in and don't really know what tradition they want to go down, what path they want to follow, but they like all of them or none of them and don't know which way to go. So that is what I'm here for. And thank you everyone for joining. I cannot really see y'all's comments on TikTok because this light is blinding me to death. So please excuse me if I do not. You can. If I do not comment right off, I do appreciate any. There we go. Hold on, now I can cut this light off. I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Anyways, there we go. Now I can see. What this is about is I'm just wanting to help others. Just for the simple fact that when I first started out in really journeying out on my own, I have practitioners in my family. My grandmother was or is a clairvoyant. She took me to covens as I grew up. But before I keep yapping on, I do want to start off this new little podcast of mine explaining that what this is, what I am, where I come from, and why I even started all of this. But before we do any of that, I do want to start off with an affirmation that I will do at the beginning of every show. I'm sorry I'm all scattered tonight. Please don't hang me. Anyways, the opening affirmation for tonight, and it will be for every night, is just a grounding incantation. Basically, everyone needs to be grounded and everyone needs to be present. So I'm just helping with that. So if you don't mind, if you are watching and however you ground or meditate, get in your little set way. And this is what my opening affirmation will be in every podcast. I am present. I am present in my body and clear in my spirit. I honor where I am, who I am, and what I am becoming. I release what no longer serves me, and I welcome what supports my highest good. I am safe to listen, safe to learn, and safe to grow. So blessed it be. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sick. I've been sick. I've been sick since Christmas. So if I'm coughing and I'm hacking and I can't talk or breathe, just look over me. Anyways, so like I said, my name is Fran. I am from Knoxville, Tennessee. Good old Tennessee. This is the Eclectic Witches Way podcast. So I guess you're probably wondering like who I am, where I come from, and why all of a sudden I just think I know a lot about this practice or this witchcraft or this whatever. Well, to start off with, I was about 7. I heard and seen things that other people didn't. I thought I was crazy. Everyone called me a freak and made me feel like I was crazy. Me and my twin sister both, we had special, I guess, abilities or gifts that you would want to call. We could interact with beings that was no longer living. My aunts, which is who I had lived with for a while, brushed it off. My grandmother finally, when I was probably about 9, come out and told me what was going on. She is clairvoyant. She sees and dreams things that happen. I'm very intense when it comes to energies around me. I have learned to cut it off, but used to when I was younger, when someone touched me, I could feel every emotion that they have ever felt in their whole entire life. Sometimes I would get flashbacks of something that happened in their life as I got older. And with my grandmother's help, learn to be able to control it. So now everyone that touches me, I do not get that jolt of emotion. And if you've ever had to carry around 1,000 people's emotions that you have no clue who they are, it is very draining. Um, like I said, she took me to a coven for the longest, like how people go to church. We went there. I was taught how to identify myself and what my abilities were. And I'm not going to say powers because it just sounds non-believable. But there is certain beings on this earth that are not reptilians or whatever is in the news that actually hold an ability and I guess it would be a power that others don't. They're more intuitive. They feel energies more than others. They can see things that others can't. They can conjure up spirits more easily than others can. It's just what they, how they was born and what their bloodline is. Um, Mine goes back a long, long ways. I'm not real sure about my mother's family. I don't really talk to her much, but I believe that there was something on her side as well. Anyways, why I went down the eclectic path and not the traditional kitchen witchery or hedge witch or whatever is for the simple fact that I'm different and I like to be different. I've always been the black sheep of my family. TikTok, if y'all want, you can please put them hearts up there, put them likes. I would greatly appreciate it. It is very much appreciated. I'm trying to get at least 1,000 likes before the end of this show. Anyways, I always felt different. I didn't like to do what normal people did or normal practitioners did. I didn't want to follow just one method. I liked them all. I liked crystals. I liked nature. I liked the good spells, but I also liked that, the not so good spells. I felt if you did something wrong to me, then you deserve to have something done wrong to you. So I don't just follow one traditional path, and I don't see magic as black, white, red, even though that is what it is categorized. That's not just what it is. It's what you make it and how you feel it. My girlfriend is just now getting into finding her way around the magical practitioner side of things. I can already tell that she's going to be more on the wider side, the not harm no one side, if you get what I'm saying. When I do certain spells, I get scolded at. So, but it's just what people think. Now, there's the belief that what happened, what you put out comes back 3 times 3, or, and I do believe what you put out in the universe does come back. But I feel personally that it's what the reason was that it was put out on how bad it comes back. Yes, I feel if you put evil out in the world, evil's going to come back to you. But if there was a reason and there was a justification, it won't be so bad. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe my theory's wrong, but it's my theory. Anywho, so that's what really pulled me into all this was my grandmother and just having the gift of being able to hear and see things and channel things that others could not. I'm sorry, my light, for some reason, we have something that lives in our apartment. Not sure what. I've got videos and whatever, but I have a light by my bed and it cuts on and off whenever it don't like what I'm talking about. It will cut off, but when it cuts back on, it's telling me you better be quiet. I guess I don't know. I don't ever listen. So what I wanted to speak about too is, or what I wanted to say is what. Sorry, this is my grimoire. It's very, very big, and I'm still not putting everything in it. What's and gray, which is also, I guess we go along with the eclectic, the gray, if you want to put a color to it. Again, I don't, but I guess you can. But what I wrote down in my grimoire is what an eclectic witch is to me, and it can be whatever to anyone else. What my meaning is does not have to be your meaning. It means to enjoy procrastinating or practicing methods of witchcraft which works for you, not for everyone else, but works for you along the way in creating something unique and special in your practice, in your spells, in your rituals, in your meditations. Eclectics are not rooted by one theme. We can enjoy water magic as much as we can enjoy fire divination. You can mix up your herbs and oils, choose your spells, and mix up as much as the symbols and sigils as you want. This can be a freeing experience, allowing yourself to explore without judgment or worry of belonging to one specific practice. And that's what a lot of people think coming in to the practice is that you have to join a coven, or you have to, even if you are just a single or solitary practitioner, that you have to just follow that one practice. Oh, well, I have to be a hedge, or I have to be a cosmic because I like the moon more. No, that is not true. That is so not true. And I hope that y'all hear me when I say this. It is not true. A gray witch, just like an eclectic, is a witch who practices all three forms, which is your white magic, your black magic, and your blood magic, if you want to put color and name to them. It's not favoring one or the other. The gray witch believes that the world does not work in black or white, which it does not. But in many shades of gray. They work in the middle of all three. It categorizes us as a force that exists between the extremes of the world and the extremes of witchcraft. It's whatever influences your craft. It's whatever influences you. Good, evil, bad, blood. You want to work with demons, or you want to work with angels, or you want to work with deities, or you want to work solo. That is solely up to you. That is what is so magical about witchcraft, period. Magic, period, is there is no rules. There is no chains that is holding you to one thing. You can experiment and be yourself and find yourself in in the process. Have your spiritual awakening. Have the freedom and the fun and getting to know yourself, and just as much as getting to know nature. It's a magical thing. Um Also, um when starting your spiritual journey, and especially if you are doing eclectic work or wanting to work with all three practices, you definitely have to do your shadow work, and that is not avoidable. That is a must have. You cannot work or practice on things that you don't understand if you don't understand yourself. If you can't fully function yourself in your head, you cannot function your spells or your rituals. They're just going to backfire. Um, Make sure that you cleanse your energy every day as well. Your energy hygiene is just as important as your regular hygiene. You don't want to carry around all the negative gunk that you have come in contact with all day long and go to bed with that. You don't want to go to bed dirty. So why would your spirit in your soul and in your everything else want to go to bed dirty as well? It don't. I promise. Um Also, if you don't want to face yourself or face a situation, magic is not going to save you. Magic is not going to help you, and it is not going to take you out of whatever problem you're dealing with. You have to understand the difference between life and manifestation. We'll get on that on a different podcast. This is really just an introduction. Um, and I want to also go over what I will and will not be covering in this podcast. And I hope that you all join me in the second one. This will not be a full hour podcast. This is just kind of like a teaser in a way. what I will what I will be going over is spellcraft basics, your tools, um, what your do's and don'ts, um, ancestral work, your protection work, emotional healing, um, living magically in the in reality, in the real world. You can still practice your magic and your meditation every day, and you can twist in your rituals into your everyday life. Everyone, people don't do it every day and has for decades. Um, I'm gonna also go over the different deities, the herbs, all that. What I will not do and what I do not do is I am not a gatekeeper. I do not do none of that, and I do not do fear-based spiritualism. I want you to choose your own and choose your own practice. I will not fear you or scare you into anything. I will not try to push you into anything. You always have your own choice. Um, so I hope that the listeners listening to me now, they are curious enough to come back for my second episode. They don't want to hear no fluff. They just want the truth. They don't want no BS. They're ready to learn, and they want to learn how to go about their spiritual path the right way, in the correct way, not conjuring up whatever in your bedroom and now you got a million things going on and you don't know how to fix it. So, yes, tonight is a little short and I apologize. It is a little late, but I will be back on tomorrow earlier. I say probably about 7 or 8 o'clock. I'm not going to give a specific time because I'll be late to my own funeral. So, but it is going to be between the 6th and the 8th mark. It is not going to be late. I hope you guys enjoyed my little introduction, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Again, you can go check me out on my YouTube at Midnight Magic 333. It's MAGIK. Subscribe to me here, y'all. And again, I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have any questions or comments, please leave them and I'll be glad to answer. So blessed be everyone.